So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off around the 41. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll drop to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Young. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big play that time through the air. 34 yards. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And this is caught at the 8. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They'll set up to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bulls have taken the early lead. This is a crew. They've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's 2nd and 10.
He'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's James. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive.
5-3, their record at the halfway point, and you have to imagine that there are folks saying, hey, if we do that again in the 2nd half, we're 10-6 and we're a playoff team.
I do think, though, that they have a couple things working against them, and number one, the schedule, that's going to toughen up a bit because they've got some division games down the stretch, and those are always difficult. Number 2, you know they've got to stay healthy. That's the key to getting to the playoffs and winning in the playoffs. But they've got a shot at it. This is a good football team.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Young. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 24-yard line.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Steelers are going to get the football back at their own 17. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week. And he can't do it all on one throw.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Fells has it, left side. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do, because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
Can't get away, and he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the scrambler or the dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole.
There he goes, left side. Past the 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football.
And that should serve as a big warning to this defense. They know now that they have to stick close to these receivers, because they have the ability to break games wide open after the catch, and that one wound up in the end zone.
So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he returns this to the 22.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the ending, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they do the interception and finish off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
On play action, they'll throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Young. And a big gain that time. He's out of bounds on what will be the final play. First quarter. These two teams all tied after 1. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll set up a throw. The quick slant caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bulls have taken the lead. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And, you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
The point after is good. And that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34.
44 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times. So that run there, yeah, I don't know if it's overstating things to call it a thing of beauty, but in terms of football plays, that's as good as you're going to see.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Back to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Nash. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31. Defensively, they rally quickly after the broken tackle. That catch good for only a couple.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
Back to throw here. He'll let this go for the end zone. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point splits the uprights. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. We have witnessed touchdowns on back-to-back drives. We'll see if the offense can continue this uptick here.
And I know you're looking at me funny. You're wondering when I'm going to get upset watching these guys go up and down field, aren't you?
I wasn't looking at you. I got something in my eye.
That's the excuse that you always use for something like that. Listen, I appreciate good offensive football as much as the next person. When it's played well and is skillful, I'm with it. And right now, this is exciting.
Oh, the defender likes it.
Now a 1st down throw complete downfield. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They'll look to throw. A big connection on that one. 35 yards. And he is out of bounds here. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd and goal.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered.
And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And his guys are going to take the lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point up and through. And the lead is now 21-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here.
A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He finds his man, complete. It's Nash. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip, and I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment.
Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. A great play there.
His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied here in the second quarter. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21-all the score as the kick's away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Azeez Ojulari in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Traditionally, as a defense, your number one job, stop the run. But in today's, it's impacted the opposing quarterback. Make him uncomfortable. And so far, they've not been able to do that.
He's got a man. Complete. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Bulls have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. The extra point up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And we'll see what they opt to do with just 14 seconds remaining until intermission. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. A gain of 3, second down. So, due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it. But I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities. And I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He finds his man, complete. It's Young. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big connection on that one. 31 yards. He finds his man, complete. That's Young. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. They'll look to throw here on first down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 2nd and 5. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Escaping the pressure right. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. There to make the grab. And the Bulls take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Point after, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. So this drive spans 7 plays. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
On first down, it's James.
67 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by... possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Now a man open down the middle of the field.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Chambers. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it second down. Here's James. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's James.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time, they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. And nobody in the stadium feels better than he does right now. Just a slew of touchdown passes. He's been spectacular.
And you and I both know this is a team game, one of the best team games that's out there. But right now, I've forgotten what the scoreboard even says. Just watching what he's doing.
Been fun.
That's been mesmerizing and a whole lot of fun to watch.
He's hoping to keep it going here in the third quarter. They go play action here on first down. He'll buy some time right. He finds his man complete. That's Young. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there. Looking to throw. Touchdown. From 3 yards out.
And the Bulls are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
Extra point safely through. And the lead now up to 14. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
taken in at the 3. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that lap...
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he will finally be taken down, but how about that play? It's a big one on the final act of the third quarter. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. James. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They're going to look to throw. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Let's go. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Back to throw now on 1st down. Rolling to his right. He finds his man, complete. That's Young. Touchdown! A great play there. 42 yards. And the Bulls look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now up to 14. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From the 10. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Pittsburgh offense making their way back out. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's James. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. 2nd and 2. They'll look to throw again.
Throwing the out route and complete. It's Powers. And the ball is knocked out. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a two-possession game. It is a two-possession game at this stage in the fourth. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
Azeez Ojulari there on the tackle.
So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And maybe shades of the steel curtain here as the Steeler defense drops him behind the line again. Now this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Young. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
And that's the type of run that you'll live with. In this game, he's had a good number of carries. He's just been unable to really break off anything substantial.
And to give this time to the tailback. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
41 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
He finds his man, complete. That's Young. And down inside the 15 he goes. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to...